Good afternoon.
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, good.
We're gonna be waiting for a few more to join, or
I think so.
okay. Yeah, I'll just wait till everybody's here then.
Okay. Yeah, I know Candace is not here today, so she won't be joining us. Mm, but
Yeah, we'll wait a couple minutes just to make sure nobody's not gonna show up.
okay. So Jim, with the what should I open first in the reference materials so I can have a look? See, is there something I need to be looking at?
Um, have you all been working on the inspection types and forms?
No, not me. I'm not sure
Okay.
if Candace has been.
Okay, yeah. And so if you can get into first due and you just want to reference, or I'll share my screen here once I get started. It's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I know that the one that I've been meaning to play with the first do the one that's not live, but I just haven't gotten a chance to do so yet. Um,
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm not playing with the live one. So
Yeah, I mean, anybody can set up the stuff in the live one, right? Because that's where we need to build it out because it pushes over from production into the test sites.
mhm.
So that's, think of the testing one is just kind of where you get familiar and practice, but stuff does need to be built out on the live one.
Gotcha. Now I know it's probably Chad that's the one that's I'm not sure who's doing the importing, but like every all of our forms pretty much comes from Streamline. That's how we set it up. I I need to look at first do and play with it and see how it's set up, and I'll be able to help with that and to get the forms done. Kind of helps because if I can see it on the back side and I also get to use it on out in the field, I can see what needs tweaking when it comes to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you will find stuff even after you get it set up, you want to change this or add that. That's just progression of it. So,
Right, right, for sure. See, I'm not sure if anyone else is. What Chief Jenkins is there. Hey, Chief, is it just the two of us? I guess. So I think it's just the two of us, Jack.
okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and share my screen and let me know if you can see this okay.
Yep, perfect. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so going from here, in the inspection types,
Uh-huh.
on our previous call, all the inspection types are in here, but they're all going to need to be set up and modified to
Mm-hmm.
meet your guys' needs, right?
Okay.
So if you click on the edit pencil here, this is where you can come in and you can edit either the section,
Mm-hmm.
checklist items. Under forms here, this is what's going to tell it to, what of this information you want to show up on that report when it's produced.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the email, I can't remember if you all were going to use an agency specific email or were you going to use the default email?
I think the default email
Okay.
would
No,
be
we're gonna. Chad was supposed to put our fire prevention email in there.
okay.
Now, Chief, do you know if IT got that set up for you all?
As far as I know, Chad hasn't done it.
Okay. Yeah, because once it's done, all you have to do is type it in here.
Right.
And
Okay.
then when you click verify, if it's set up it'll show a green verified here.
Okay.
And then you can take that email and put it in here and then send a test email to verify that it's working on your end. And then if you all want to have a message body for the email when it goes out, kind of the caption when you receive the email, you know, letting them know why they're getting the email. This is always a nice to have.
Okay.
And I gave a little template in the original inspection that I've presented on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little template in here. If you guys want to customize this and use this, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, question for you on, and this is something that we ran into with Streamline. When we do our report and it goes out, it just has a generic subject on it that says inspection report, but it doesn't state on that subject line what address it is or the permit. Is that something that's set up with First Due where depending on which inspection we're on, for it to show that way we can see on the subject line right away which inspection it's for?
Yeah, let me go in here. So you can review completed inspection like I'm going to do here. And when you come
Okay.
down in here to the inspection report, when you drop this caret down right here, you can just type in an email address.
Okay.
So, and the use case of that is sometimes you do an inspection and then somebody calls and says, you know, either I didn't get it or I needed to go to somebody else. You can come back in here and you just add that email address in here.
Oh,
And
perfect.
then you can resend it and you should have it in your inbox here. And then you're going to see how it looks when it goes out.
Okay. Oh, perfect. That makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and then also on those inspection types, when under this email tab, when you have these toggled on up here,
Mm-hmm.
the inspector will be notified when stuff's scheduled.
Okay.
So if you all schedule inspections, right? Let's say I just want to do a one-off on scheduling an inspection. I'll just come in here in the inspection list and I'll click on schedule an inspection. And then I'll just type in, you know, our training test address.
Okay.
And you can either use the ones that are already there, or if you want to continue with the current, because I want to schedule this. So if I take this and I go to schedule it, I can come over here and whoever it's scheduled to, when I save it, you're going to get an email notification and then you can sync that into your calendar.
Ah, okay. Here. So our admin won't even have to go into our calendar to add it to our calendar. We can go ahead and add it on directly to our calendar.
Yeah, because once it's whoever it's scheduled to here is going to get
Mhm.
notified and then you can just sync it into your calendar.
Perfect. Okay.
And then the other thing, you know, these forms, these are just generically loaded forms that we provide. You know, these are going to need to be updated and deleted and, you know, things removed. But please make sure you get all the information in here and it's pertinent to your needs.
Okay.
And that goes for both of the forms, so that way, you know, it's populating with accurate information for you all.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, just like the header up here, if you want to edit this and make changes, you can come in here and just make sure you save it and then save the form when you're done.
Oh, that makes it easy. Yes.
But there are plenty of things that we just kind of give you a template to let you all build off of it and kind of give you ideas on what you want to do with it.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
And then just coming up here to the code organizer. It's like I have all your codes in there for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see a specific code, you just have to select it and click search. It'll pull that code up for you. And those inspection types, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
have the code associated, you have to go into each inspection type. And right here under the edit pencil,
Mm-hmm.
click on those associated codes. And then you can search one or all these code sets.
Okay.
Maybe you're looking for extension cords. These are
Oh,
the two that
nice.
came back from the California Fire Code. You could select one, or you
Mm-hmm.
can technically select both.
Okay.
And then when you save it again, you can now see you have two codes associated.
Ah, okay.
And then you have to tell the system, when do you want that code to show up when the report's produced? And a lot of departments are either only using fail,
Correct.
or if they're issuing citations as well, they want it to show up for both of those.
Okay.
Okay, but that's how you can associate codes, and then that's available to you. You know, when you do your inspection, then you can have the code association pull onto that report so the recipient can see, you know, it's extension cords, but it's actually California Fire Code 603.6. And then it'll
Gotcha.
have the
Gotcha.
code language in there.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
But that's going to take on your guys' end, you know, associating these codes, you know, on the inspection types that you're going to use.
So, since we already have like Streamline set up with all of the checklist and forms, is that something that can be copied over, or we have to start it from scratch?
If I have, like, a lot of departments will send me a PDF version of them, and then I can
Mm-hmm.
create them out, or you can create them in here, or you can modify what was in here, because I believe on the call it was asked to get them from another client, and that's where these all came from.
Okay.
So it's up to you all. If you can get me the examples and you want me to build them out, I will get working on them.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this looks like that's what it is. This looks like what we already have. I
Yeah,
wonder
it's
if
just
this
not
was
built
the
out.
backup. No?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
this is some of our stuff, and then some of Consolidated's, and maybe a few other departments.
Ah, okay. Gotcha, gotcha.
And as long as you don't schedule an inspection on these inspection types, you still have the ability to delete them. That's why some of these have a trash can and this one does not.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, because something was already scheduled for inspection on that.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
some test ones.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
do we have to put the code section for each one? So
Only
like,
if you want to have it. Yeah.
yeah, so if it was used for multiple different types of different inspections. So
Yeah. So
like it's
let's say,
state mandated. You had the extension cord. Do we have to fill it out for both?
No, that's a
yeah.
checklist that we can copy over, just like with Streamline, it seems like.
So you would have to associate the codes in here. Now, let's say you guys have one extensive checklist and you just want to associate the codes for that one. You can, and then you can always come over here and click on the clone, and you can relabel it as a different inspection and then edit that. So you technically don't have to associate the same code in each inspection type.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's kind of an alternative workflow. But if you want all these inspection types, right, you're going to have to associate codes with all of them.
Okay.
Okay, so like right here, this annual one already has codes associated. But
Mhm.
please verify that the codes are associated. But if you wanted to make this into a state mandated, you can always just clone this one and then edit it. And that would save you from have to associating all these codes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So some of them did come over because the clients they came from, they did associate codes. Other ones, they're not going to associate because they may have had them associated to other things, like a local ordinance or something else.
Mhm.
And then it looks like we're still waiting on your guys' occupancies to be loaded. I did not see occupancy records yet. So
Yeah,
that-
but Chad, my understanding is Chad already has the backup of all of our occupancies from Streamline. I'm just
okay.
not sure whether he was able to port it over yet.
Yeah,
Or is that
normally that's
something? Yeah.
well, it's normally ran through our implementation manager that oversees your guys' project, and then they'll have the data migration team start
Mhm.
working on importing it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So um, uh, we'll let Chad know to give it to the migration team, that information, because he has it. Streamline has sent it to him.
Oh, good, because I know last time we met, he was trying to get it from him, so I'm glad he was able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and if that just gets routed through the implementation manager, then they'll facilitate getting that done.
Implementation manager. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
But once the occupancy records are in there, hear from the inspection organizer, this is where you can schedule inspections and you can bulk schedule, right? Because now you can choose which inspection type on a schedule.
Right.
And when you click change here, this would pull in all those addresses, the occupancy records. We just don't
Right.
have any to pull from. You can also do advanced search here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you all are importing inspection zones or districts.
It would be districts.
Okay, that's the other thing. If that
Mhm.
gets routed through the implementation manager, the data migration team can get that imported as well.
Yeah.
And then you can schedule it out by districts because each property can be associated with that district.
Right. And yeah, because like for our occupancy classes for an example, schools, educational, we have it very specific. So those are the yearly ones that we do, and hotels and all of that good stuff. So some of them most of them for the annuals are based on the occupancy class type.
Yeah, and that's where you can come in here and tell the system
Mm-hmm.
that you only want to see those once your occupancy records are filled out. You can also
Mm-hmm.
use property use, and you can search but once that's all filled out as well. So this allows you to filter based on this occupancy record, which I'll click on this hyperlink here. This is how you get into the occupancy record.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had districts, your district that would be associated with this address would be here. Okay, and then this information here allows you to filter. And these are filled out in your occupancy record.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. And then while we're in the occupancy record, right here for the address, when stuff is active, but sometimes properties get damaged, destroyed, burned down, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
demolished.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to put it in inactive and archive that file. When they rebuild the place, you can make it active. You can make it inactive and save it.
Okay.
The other thing is the business name sometimes changes. You can
Mm-hmm.
always just type a new business name and save it,
Okay.
any completed inspections will be held under the old business name. Any new
Yeah.
inspections will be under the new business name.
Okay. Yeah.
You can also add contacts here. You can do your pre-plan, permits,
Okay.
inspections. You can even schedule inspections from here. All your violations, any invoices.
Mm.
Want to put an attachment here? You can add an attachment, put in the remarks, upload it. Incident documentation, and then if you created an occupancy log, the log would be here.
Gotcha. So Jack, I'm sorry to ask this since I haven't played with it yet. What I'm looking at right now on my desktop, that's the same thing I'm going to be looking at on my iPad, correct?
Are you going to log in through the website or are you going to use the mobile app?
Well, for our inspections, it will be the mobile app.
Okay,
For when
because
I go out in the field.
yeah, and I asked that because I have a lot of inspectors that are taking their iPad, but they're logging in through the website because they want to see it exactly like this.
Ah, okay.
Okay, but if you're going to use that mobile app, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm on a Mac computer, so this is actually how the app looks. And when I come to my inspections here, this is what you're going to see is the inspection list and my inspections.
Mm-hmm.
Choose one, then this is the view that you would have on that mobile app.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so works very similarly, just not quite the same functionality because mobile apps are usually a little more limited than the desktop version, let's say.
Right. It might be better to just log on to the website.
Yep,
Because
you can use it
see
either way.
more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Now, also here, you can print up your occupancy record. When you click here, it'll take you into the pre-plan map for where this address is. And you can always start an inspection from here.
Okay.
And I'm seeing some greenhouses here. Maybe they just got some occupancies loaded. Take a look here. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to get some occupancies in the system. That's good.
Oh,
Those are the city Modestos, though.
Oh, so that's what we're getting is data sharing. So
Yeah.
these are not yours. That's why. Okay. That's what they're sharing with you all. That's why they're not showing up as inspections. I got my hopes up there. I thought maybe it was getting migrated in.
yeah. I was hoping that the occupancies are already in here since, yeah, that would have been nice to kind of see.
Yeah, and we still have the invoicing optimization call and the permitting optimization call. So
Right.
by the time we get through those, all the data should be in there so we can look at it and dive into it,
Okay. Yeah, for sure. We'll reach out to Chad and ask him to get that to your implementation manager.
Okay.
It looks like he doesn't have the data yet.
No.
No, he has a request in.
Okay.
Uh, Matt, when I spoke to him last week, he said he received it from Streamline.
Oh, I have an email from
Yeah.
Wednesday saying he's got a request.
Yeah, this was Thursday when I spoke to him. So
Okay.
yeah.
And once you schedule these inspections, right, they're going to show up in your inspection list. You don't have to schedule inspections. You can always just start an inspection and type in the address, and then it'll pull off your occupancy records, and you can just choose the address. But I can only show you based on this one because that's all it's in there. But you can
Right.
just start an inspection off this as well. The other thing in here is once they're scheduled,
Mhm.
you select them. Under bulk actions here, you can send out emails, you can print. You can also do an inspection reminder, and that can go to your primary contact or your inspection contact or both.
Okay.
And how that works is maybe you want to upload like a common violations or hey, this is what we're looking for list. And then you can just let them know you're going to be doing an inspection. And you can just type in a little message here. And then whatever the scheduled at date is, you can just say pull that scheduled date in here. Then you can
Okay.
say at, the following. And maybe you want to pull in the business name and the address and let them know, hey, I'll be out doing an inspection. And you can send this out to them.
Okay.
The
Very
buttons
cool.
over here. Yeah, there's a lot of features here. You can always open and review. I'm sorry, you can review a completed inspection and you can reopen a completed inspection. You just have to put in a reason why you're reopening it. Right? Maybe you did the inspection, but now you have a complaint on the building and that's why you want to reopen it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is you can see the email status. You can also download these and put them in the offline mode. So if you're in your office where you have good internet connection, you can download them onto your iPad. That way you can go out in the field and do them in the offline mode because maybe you're going to be in a remote area that's not going to have good connection. And then when you come back to the office, you can always sync them back up in our system.
Do we have to come back for that inspection and unclick that cloud, or does it automatically sync it when we ask the iPad to sync?
So it'll have two arrows up here to let you know to sync that one back up. So once you have internet connection, you can always sync it back up.
Oh, okay.
You can cancel an inspection and you can delete an inspection if you need to. And then right here, you can deactivate columns. So if you don't want to see all 30 of these columns, you can come in here and you can start deactivating these
Gotcha. Okay.
if they're not pertinent to you.
Okay.
You can even rearrange these columns. And then
Okay.
once you get them all set up, you can actually save it. And maybe you want to call it My View.
Okay.
And now you'll
So,
have this quick filtering.
yeah.
Yes.
Question on that. If an inspector accidentally deletes an inspection they're not supposed to be deleting, is there any way to get that back? Is there a hidden inspection where we can pull that accidentally deleted inspection?
So you're going to have to put in a support ticket and tell support which one was deleted, and then they can retrieve it because it just gets deleted out of what you can see. It's somewhere on the server, right?
Gotcha. But we would have to know which one got deleted, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
And that's
okay.
where a lot of departments under permissions, they're not allowing everybody to have the ability to delete those.
Can we do that? Once we're ready to set up, can we do that? That there's only a few listed people that can do that?
Yeah, you all have control over that to for the permissions. There's probably going to be a meeting covering that so you guys can set it up so who can delete what and who has access.
Okay.
But under roles and permissions controls that.
Okay, gotcha.
And then any of this up here is a filtering criteria. So you want to look for a specific inspection type, you can just choose it. You can even look for inspection status. You know, maybe you only want to see what's in progress and scheduled and click apply. It'll filter all that data for you. And you can even save these quick views. Maybe you want one for scheduled and in progress. Save that. Up here are your filters. So no matter if this gets reset, you can always grab those quick filters and, you know, the other team members can do that in my inspections as well. And then you can always delete these off if you don't want to have quick filters. But once these inspections are scheduled, you're going to be able to see them here on the inspection map,
Okay.
right? If we had multiple scheduled in different areas, you'd see the icons, but these are all on the one address. But you can review the previous ones, you can continue your inspection, you can start an inspection, you can see the violation history, edit the pre-plan. And now coming down here to the violation table, this is where the history of all your violations are going to live. Initial result, current result. If you uploaded images, you can review those reports. You can also drop this caret down and you can filter. Maybe you want to see, last month's violations. You can tell the system. You can tell it to look at a specific inspection type if you want to.
Mm.
But you can filter that. Then you can always download that if you need to.
Okay.
Now coming down here in reports, you have a couple options. Right here under the inspections tab, we have some already built out in here for you. So this is looking for inspection progress. So you can see that we have one completed, one that's scheduled, but it's overdue, and then one is overdue in progress. And when you click on these, it'll actually pull up the inspection and show you which one right here. But you have all these options in here.
Okay.
And then under ad hoc reports, come over here to module, and if you select inspections and click apply, anything with an FDR here means it's a first due report that we've loaded it into your account.
Okay.
And to see any of these, all you have to do is click on the hyperlink, and then it would populate with that information based on how that report was built out.
Gotcha.
Now, any one of those reports, let's say maybe you want to edit it, you can always come over here and click this clone button. It'll make a
Okay.
copy of it. And now that gives you editing capability. And you can come in here and you can customize this report
Hmm.
with additional items by selecting, plussing it over, or you can delete stuff. You can go through these areas, and then the report schedule here, when you click the plus, this is where you can type in somebody's email address, or if it's somebody in the system,
Mm-hmm.
you can send them out a copy of this report either in a CSV or a PDF. You can add a custom message if you need to. Just choose the start date the time you want the reports to go out. And then you can set it on a reoccurring schedule, either daily, weekly, or monthly. So maybe you want a monthly report ran and you want it on day 1, so the first day of the month. And maybe you never want it to end. You save it, it would just automatically email this report out to whomever you said on that monthly cycle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a lot of options in here to extract that data. I'm going to delete this one off, just showing you how you can build off of what's already in here. And that's for the other modules too, for permits and invoicing are in here as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So any questions on inspections?
Not that I can think of at the moment. It seems pretty straightforward as to what we can, I like the forms because, so for each form, you know how there's a specific template. On that template, if you already have checklists that are available to pull into that template, that's how it seems to be set up, correct?
Well, these came from other clients' accounts.
Right, right.
So if you all want to use them, just please make sure you edit them and set them up to fit your needs. And if you don't want to use them, you
Yeah,
can always delete them out of the system. Because
created
some of
by,
these,
yeah, Office of Fire Warden. So this is from, part of these are from Streamline, it looks like.
no, this is
Created
when
from our office, no?
no, when I imported them in, it's showing up as this because this is how I'm logged in.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, my apologies. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. But this will save you all some time, because if you like this annual one, you can come in here. You can even relabel this if you want to call it something else, but they have this extensive checklist and then they've
Mhm,
associated codes already to help you get
mhm,
started.
mhm.
But it does require, some setup of working on the inspection types and editing them, getting your forms up to date and edited, and then doing some practice inspections in the system. That way you're making sure the checklist is right, emails are going out, the forms populating correctly. That way it's all working how you need it.
So when I do the test checklist, I'm gonna have to go to the one that is not the live version, correct?
Well, the first thing is these inspection types in production need to be set up. And then these forms need to be updated because this pushes to your test site.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to work on those. Okay.
Right. This is where that test information comes from.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. And then I know we have our other meetings scheduled for invoicing and permits. And if there's, any questions on those other modules come up during those meetings, feel free to ask. I'm here to help you all get this up and running. So if you need something else, please let me know.
Okay. I know that we already have some questions. One of them, this was based on when we had our meeting, the first one, regarding multiple inspectors. Like, so if we're on one location and we have 3 inspectors, uh, all 3 of us can work on the same occupancy uh, with their notes, my notes, and then can it get combined after? How does that work? Or only one inspector can do the report for that inspection location?
Yeah, just one one person per that location, but we do have, and I'm glad you brought this up because we do have an enhancement in here. So when you get into the inspection type and you click on the edit pencil,
Okay.
up here, this has now been added. And we must have talked about it because I turned it on.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
This allows you to document those additional inspectors. Okay. And then down in the form, if you want those additional inspectors to show up on the form, I can have them populate on the form if you want me to.
Ah,
Like show,
okay.
right? So if we wanted to do that, we can come under here under the plus, and I believe it's listed as additional inspectors. This would now pull the information for those additional inspectors into the form. So you have your main inspector and then any additional. Is that what you would like to have?
Yeah. So, would they be able to make their own notes? Like, say, if they're walking, there's 15 buildings in that parcel, and we've all got it divvied up to where we're all walking. Some of us are walking 3, some are 5, whatever. Like, so they're writing up their findings and violations. Can they put that on their own report and then all of our reports get pulled in, or are they going to have to give me their findings and I type it in?
They're going to have to give you their findings and one person types it in.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to know. That's good. Let's see.
And let me come in here and add it to this form as well.
Okay.
And then when you're in that inspection, okay, so I have one here scheduled.
Okay.
So when I'm in here and I'm going to do this inspection, you go through, you do your checklist, add in all the information. And then when you come to signatures now, this is for the recipient if they're going to sign. This is for the main inspector. And then this
Okay.
is where any additional inspector you can document.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. And then you add them. And then if they want to sign, they can sign. If you don't
Okay.
want a signature, we can set that up as well. But this is where when you add in each additional inspector, okay, that's, yeah, signatures here. When that inspection report populates now, since I told it to show on that report, down here, we're actually going to see the main inspector, and then we're going to see those additional ones showing up.
Gotcha. Okay.
That way it's showing, all that were out there that participated in that inspection.
Right. Yeah. Got it. And then my other question is, for our reporting, we would like to be able to see how long we spent on that inspection at that location, but we're also adding drive time and the time that we're doing a report. So can we manually put in the time that we spent on that inspection? Because it's not going to be based on when we have our tablets open or when we're on the web. Because sometimes we're doing inspections that are so big, we have to write them down on a paper. We don't have time to type it as we're walking.
Mhm.
Is there a place where we can input manually the time that we put into that inspection for that location or that scheduled inspection?
So right here in the inspection, that's what this timer is right here. And as long as you
Mm-hmm.
turn it on in the inspection type and you go to view log, right, this is tracking how much time you're spending on that device. But when you scroll
Mm-hmm.
down here to the bottom, right here under the plus,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it took you an hour and you want to, that was my drive time. You can come in here and add that. That's going to change your time. And then you come in here and, maybe you spent, 15 minutes doing the inspection, let's say. And this was actually the inspection. And that was why you were on site. And then you can come in here and say, okay, well, and then it took me, let's say 5 minutes to do the report. This is for the report. And I wasn't on site and I click add, but that's how you can track your time. And then it's adding that time in here. And then you can either send this time log out, you can print it up, or you can add it to the inspection report if you need to.
Okay.
But that right there is how you can add time. And then up here, once you add it, it changes your time up here to reflect everything you've added.
Gotcha.
And you have to make sure you have that turned on in your inspection type. So each inspection type that you want to use, you have to come in here and toggle this on right here, this inspection type, and save it, or else you don't have that option.
Gotcha. So the window that you showed me earlier that you were just on before you went on this one, it showed that add to report. Will we have to do that every time? Because each inspection, when we do our report, like say quarterly for our RFA meetings, they want to see the time of how much time we spent on a specific fire district. Like so, all of those addresses that are in that district, when the inspections we did, with the times that we put, it's going to pull it up on that report, correct?
So here in the ad hoc report, let me just grab one of these inspection reports. And this is where, if one of these, is pretty close, you can always just come over here and do that clone and make a copy of it. But that's where you're going to want to come in here. Because if you want to have that inspection timer, okay, we'll have to come in here. See if the timer. So right here, this is where you can say, maybe you want the start time, the end time, or maybe you're just going to go off the adjusted time or the inspection time. Toggle it over. Then when you run that report, it would pull that time spent on this. Okay.
Gotcha.
And then you can also in this is once those inspection districts are in here, you can tell the system, maybe you want to have it by inspection district, and you can tell it to sort by inspection districts, right? So if we had district here, I'm going to need to add might be under occupancy. Sort. As soon as I remember which one of these would do, because I know what you're talking about. You want it sorted by districts.
Right.
I'm trying to remember which one of these. I think it is here. So if there were inspection districts, you could select one or all of them. Okay, and then you can pull them together by districts, and then it should tell you the time you're spending in that district.
Okay.
So you should be able to get everything you need by what you're asking for.
Right.
we pull district in here. Yep, there's your inspection district. And then if you went to sort, there we go. Then you can tell it to sort by inspection districts as well.
Okay.
So it should be able to get, you should be able to get in there, you know, create the report to produce the data how you need it. It's just going to be, you know, getting the occupancy records in there, getting the inspection districts in there. And then that way the system, you guys can set it up that way.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, anything else I can help you all with?
No, I'm not sure, Chief. Any questions?
Not right now.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll get you all the recording of this and then I'll see you on the next calls we have scheduled, and hopefully the occupancy data gets imported soon, and then we'll be able to get our eyes on it and see how it's working.
Yes, sir. You got it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. See you on the next one.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.